Good afternoon, folks. I think I'm going to show you a tour of the inside of my Whelen 3000, and later on I'm going to do some demonstration of my controllers on how you, what the frequency potentiometer sound like as such. So let's start with the Whelen drivers. So all of these speaker drivers that I have inside my Whelen 3000, what I'd like to point out is that I have a different mixture, a variety of drivers in here, and none of these drivers that I have in my siren head right now are any of my originals. What I decided to do is I decided to retire my originals, and I'm keeping them in a box so that way I could still have them, but I'm just not going to bother to use them because I got like 6 dead drivers from my originals that, you know, because my drivers are just, you know, because it's only a matter of time before they go, I wanted to have replacement drivers inside my 3000. But what do I have? So here's how it goes. This right here is an 80 watt driver. This is called an SD600. These little black ones right here, I got these from West Shore Services, as well as the rest that are in here. But the black ones are, they're called SD200Rs. I'll show you better a little bit later, because I'll show you something over here in a minute. But this right here is called an actually I forgot the model of this, but this is a 100 watt driver, as well as the black ones here. So I got a couple of 100 watt drivers inside here and 80 watt drivers. Most of the drivers are 80 watt, but I do have a few 100s. So I got, let's see, I got this one. I'm sorry, I can't see through the viewfinder. When it's really sunny outside, the viewfinder on my camera is very dark, and it's hard for me to see what I'm picking up on here. So I'm sorry for the delay on that, but I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. This should be the 6th one right here, because the rest are 80 watt. But here's the thing I wanted to show you. Some of these 100 watt drivers that I have, they don't have the tabs, so they got like a little post thing that I kind of have to pop those in, and I kind of had to get some of these and a separate speaker wire just to plug into my Whelen wire like this, so I could just plug it right into the driver like that, because this is specifically for this right here is specifically for the posts, or I mean the tabs I meant, instead of the posts, because these kinds have like little posts right here, like this one, for example, this one has the tab, and this is also the same kind of driver as this, which is a 100 watt. But all of the 80 watt drivers, like this, for example, they all have the tabs. So some of the 100 watt drivers, including the black ones, have the posts, but there are some of the older 100 watts that have the tabs, like this one, for example. So, you know, it doesn't really matter, but as long as you have it wired correctly, which I do, that's kind of how it goes. But yeah, it's all in a staggering pattern, so it basically goes like this. It goes drivers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then all the way up to 16. The very top one on the left is 16. You could say speaker driver 16, and the one down here on the very bottom right is called speaker driver number 1. So the ones, like the odd numbers will be on the right side, and the even numbers would be on the left side. So that's kind of essentially how it goes for the speaker drivers of a Whelen 3000 head. But I decided to have a different mixture of varieties and drivers in here just because I felt like it, and I just think it's cool. Now, as far as I know, a 100 watt and an 80 watt driver shouldn't be any louder than any other. But maybe I'll demonstrate that some other day just to see if that's the case. But let me show you another thing. These are the type of speaker drivers that I own. Now, these are not the only ones that I own. These are just some examples of what I do own, okay? We'll start from this one here. This right here is a 80 watt driver. This is called an SD600. This would be the same exact kinds as my original drivers for the 3000 head, but this particular one is a replacement one, and I even wrote it on here saying replacement, so that way it doesn't, I don't get it confused from, you know, my originals, since my originals look exactly the same as this. But this is what it looks like, and this is that's the brand right there. But yeah, that's what an SD600 80 watt Atlas driver looks like. Now this one right here, oh, okay, so this is an SD370. That's what this big one is. This is a 100 watt driver. Now here's the thing though, this can work inside a 3000, however, you have to have a special kind of bush ring that goes on here, okay? But this is a 100 watt driver, and this black one right here is called the SD200R. This is a brand new driver. I got this last year and I never used it. I just have it as a backup and spare. But here's the thing, what it came with are these bush rings. Because here's the thing, the diameter of the threading on the 100 watt driver like this one and this one is smaller than the diameter on the 80 watt driver. The 80 watt driver is set to fit exactly inside a 3000 head. If you try to screw this in and this in, it won't fit. But if you have this bush ring, you could screw it on this or this. This one came off of this one, but I'm just giving a little example. Like if you screw this on all the way like this, then it'll fit inside your Whelen 3000 head. So that's the thing, you know. That's why I got these and this inside my 3000 with this type of bush ring. The 80 watt driver, on the other hand, doesn't require that because the diameter is already the correct width and size to be able to fit inside a 3000 head. So yeah, that's kind of that's what I like to point out. But this has the posts right here, and this one, the older one has this one has the tabs. This one, you know, it's basically the same as the 80 watt. It's got the tabs, but some of these I have also have the posts as well, just like this one right here. So the post requires a little bit extra work if you wanted to put these inside your 3000 head, but that's okay. As long as you have all the right parts and this, then you're rock and rolling. Now, the next driver, this is a 200 watt driver, and this is from Federal Signal, if I remember correctly. But this is let's see what it says. This is what it says right here. This is a very, very nice driver. I actually like this one the most, but this will not fit inside a 3000. And here's the other thing. If you were to try to put this bush ring on here, it won't fit. The diameter of this will not, it doesn't fit. It won't go in. But it does on this. Very simple. I'll just kind of screw it out so I can see it a little bit better, but not all the way. But yeah, this will not fit inside a 3000 at all. So this is specifically for when I want to play with my siren controllers or my you know, like if I wanted to play with my siren controllers without using my projector horn and just sound off some drivers, I could just use this, for example. And what's cool about this is that it's got like a little, you can actually take this off, but I want to leave it on because it's kind of convenient. It's kind of like a gripping handle. So yeah, it's I like this kind of driver. This is a very good driver, but it's a LED equipped 200 watt driver. And another thing, actually I forgot to bring it out here, but I'll show you. What those 200 watt drivers came with are these right here. These are little projectors that they come with. So when you order these and you purchase them, they're gonna come with a projector horn, so you kind of have to deal with it. Now, I don't usually use these. I've used it before, but I mostly don't use them. But I'm gonna keep them because, you know, it's kind of convenient. You know, but I can show you how it. I'm gonna show you how it screws on. It's gonna be kind of hard to do this with one hand, so let's see how this works. So we're gonna put this projector. We'll put the big part like this, and then we're gonna put this part and screw it on like this. And you can kind of twist the projector to have it either horizontal or vertically. I kind of like horizontal better, but we'll put it like this, and there it is. That's how it goes, just like that. And there's the driver right there that's attached to the projector. Very convenient. And there's little wirings right here. I don't know which one's positive or negative, but technically it shouldn't matter. This one right here is a separate speaker wire I had to actually replace because the original one that was on here, the ring right here broke off, and I had to replace it with a new one. So yeah, this is a replacement one, but it works. And yeah, so we can take this off by just simply unscrewing it. And yeah, now I'm not going to try to screw this in any of these drivers, but you know, this is just to show you what it's like. But now it's time to demonstrate the sounds of my controllers. Okay, so I got two different siren controllers hooked up at once, all with two drivers, my Whelen and my Cyratone. The MC does not count because that is not an analog, that's a digital. But I'll describe more about the MC later. So anyways, I'm going to do a little, let's start with the Whelen controller. So let's do a little sound off here. I still got the hertz level set, still set at to where I had them at when I last sounded it off at my workplace during the 4th of July. So we're going to do alert signal, and you'll hear how it sounds alike. So we'll start with the Whelen, and we'll do alert. Now let's do Cyratone. That was a little higher pitch, but... yeah, the Cyratone gradually increases in pitch by itself for some reason. I don't know why, but when you adjust this frequency potentiometer, you can kind of get it to sound more precise like the Whelen, or stay as steady as you can. Let's cancel that. Cancel this. Now, here's the tricky part, is doing the frequency potentiometer adjustment on the 864 controller. So how do you do that? First, let me open this up, because this is the only way I could really do it. I got a little pocket knife right here, but this is like the only best thing I could think of how to use. But anyways, right up in here, this right here, that square right there, that white square right there, that should be the frequency potentiometer, okay? Because on a siretone, for example, let's show you what the siretone looks like. This is the frequency potentiometer on a siretone. And that looks way different, and it's actually much more simpler because you could just simply use it, you could just simply move it with your, you can simply just move it with your finger, you know, like this and such, or that way. And there's a little arrow right there that kind of points where it's currently set at. So it's kind of low pitch, but like, I'll demonstrate more on this in a minute, but let's start with the Whelen. So, right now, yeah, so let's go ahead and run alert signal, and we're going to do some adjustments on the potentiometer and see what it sounds like from a like. So, let's do alert. Now let's try to do some adjustments and see what happens. So, I don't know if you can see it or not, but, yeah, so let's go this way. So it doesn't go any lower than this. That's as low as it goes. So the kind of sound it's making, it kind of sounds like as if it's a Thunderbolt siren, perhaps maybe on chopper level 4. Now let's do the siretone to get this to match it. You notice how the siretone goes a lot lower than the Whelen, and that's as low as the Whelen gets, but the siretone kind of almost sounds like a Thunderbolt on chopper level 2, sort of. I had the frequency cutoff potentiometer. That's this one right here, set pretty low, but that's okay. But yeah, that's kind of the difference. But I'm going to run the Whelen again, and then we're going to adjust the frequency potentiometer to the highest pitch. So we're starting at what's already at the lowest pitch it'll possibly go, and we'll work our way up to the highest pitch. So here we go. My key here, because I can't exactly adjust this with my fingernails, so I kind of have to use this, which is kind of annoying, but it is what it is. So we're gonna go this way. There's like a little, like, you know, right here, so you just go this way. Okay, that's the highest pitch it goes. So the Whelen, this is the highest pitch it'll go. Now let's try it on the siretone. Now, like I said, the Cyratone apparently gradually increases in pitch. I'm not sure why. Some Cyratones just do that, but whatever. But is this the highest pitch it goes? Let's find out. Nope. This is way higher pitched than that. And that right there, the Whelen, the Whelen is already at as high as pitch as it'll go, so it's limited as to compare to the Cyratone. That's about the sweet spot right there for a Cyratone. Now let's do the sweet spot for the Whelen. Just hang on a minute, I just gotta get this, can't find the, oh, there we go. Oh, it's winding down. So right about here is almost like the modulator pitch, sort of. So we kind of want it... maybe right about there. Let me run high-low signal. That was kind of cool. Now, when I run high-low signal, what does it sound like when I adjust the frequency potentiometer? Let's find out. Give me a sec here. Alright. So I turned it all the way up and nothing happened. So this is, you know, apparently high-low is not affected, and now it's as low as it'll go, but it doesn't, the high-low doesn't change in pitch. So apparently it just only works on the other signals, and same thing with air horn. So let's do air horn. Oh. Oh, that's pretty cool. Okay, so there is effect on the air horn, but apparently not on the high-low. I don't know why. Well, let me try high-low again. So let's go back this way. So I got it turned up all the way. Let me shut it off. Okay, so when I press cancel, after I press high-low, it just winds down. So I didn't actually know that. But let's do it again. Or nothing. I'll do whoop signal. Yeah, so because the frequency potentiometer was set at a higher hertz level frequency, the wind down duration appears to be the same, but it cuts off at a little bit of a higher pitched hertz level frequency. At least for mine it does. Now, I think this right here, not this one here. This one here, I believe is the frequency cutoff potentiometer, but this doesn't really wind down as long as a Cyratone. So we're gonna see what this does. I'm gonna try going this way. We'll go to the right just to see if there's any effect. So I got it. That's as far as I can get it. I'm sorry if you can't see it. I couldn't see what I was doing because I have to pay attention what I'm focusing on. But that I believe is the frequency cutoff potentiometer right there that I got turned all the way. So we're gonna see what happens. We'll do alert. So there is some bit of a longer duration, but let's do high-low signal. Now when I press cancel, listen to this. It doesn't want to stop because apparently I had the frequency cutoff potentiometer set too far, so it doesn't want to shut off. Same thing with air horn. Listen to this. So how do I make it stop? I gotta go readjust this and turn it back this way. It's hard to kind of... Oh, okay, now it stopped, but now what happens when I turn it all the way this way? Hold on. It's just hard to reach in there. These things are a pain in the butt. About the best I could get it. So I got the frequency cutoff potentiometer set the other way as much as I could get it. Let's see what difference it does. So we'll do alert again. Not much difference, but let's do high-low. Now let's do air horn. Yeah, it's pretty weird because it's not supposed to be doing that, but that's just the way how it goes with the frequency cutoff potentiometer. So you kind of want to have it at the sweet spot. So let's do... Oh, maybe it stopped. It must have stopped by itself, but I'm going to readjust the frequency potentiometer back to the sweeter spot that I like. Actually, before I do that, let me run alert so that way I know where it's at. So right now it's on the highest pitch that it'll get. So we're going to change it down. I think right about here is about the sweet spot, or kind of where I had it at. But I'll make sure in a minute. So let me just Let me wind this down. That sounds just about normal to me. I just wanted to see if the high-low actually shuts off when I press cancel. Or not. Let me see if I can try to get this to fix it. Alright, let me try that again. Yeah, that is so weird. That's why I don't really want to mess with the cutoff potentiometer, because it shouldn't be doing that. So we're gonna see. Let's see what it does now. Alright, let me try that again. Oh, that's better. I just want to see if the wind down's long. Sounds normal to me. Now, here's what I want to do. I'm going to play an audio off my phone, and what it's going to be is it's going to be what my siren sounded like while I was in service. I had to get the hertz level precise, but I'm going to go ahead and play it off of here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to disconnect, well, actually first let me do this. I'm going to disconnect this, so we can only have this on single tone. So that way I'll know what hertz level to be precise at. So I could, when I adjust the frequency potentiometer, I could get it back to as to how it was when it was in service. So let's play the audio off my phone. Now let's run it off my controller and see where it's at. Wow. I think I'm just about precise. Let me just see, let me just really be sure. Yeah, it's not going to get any better than this, so let me just do high-low again. Now let's do whale signal and see what this matches. right. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna go into my my Whelen. Let's see. I got a bunch of siren videos on here, so I'm gonna try and go in sync with this. Maybe I should adjust the pitch just a little bit higher. Just a very slight bit. Alright, so it's kind of hard to tell. I'm gonna do, let me go back to this. Might have to adjust the some. Yeah, hold on. I press alert. I went too low, but that's okay. I can always. Man, that driver's hot. That's about the best I could get it though, so I just turned the audio off my phone, so you're hearing it from the driver now. But that's about where it was at when it was in service, or the pitch of that. So we're just gonna leave it there. And yeah. Let's see how the Cyratone sounds on dual tone, or where I got it at. Pretty low, but that's okay. That's kind of the sweet spot, but I'm going to adjust the frequency a little bit. I think that's just about good. Let's see what the wind down sounds like. So now when I press study signal, we're going to adjust the frequency cutoff potentiometer going this way, and watch listen to what happens. The siren is still running, but because the frequency cutoff is turned so far this way, it's not producing any hertz. But when I go this way, you know, it makes a sound. Now, when I change the signal to whale signal, what do you think it does? Watch this. The siren is still running in whale, but just wait for it. Let's adjust this back this way. Nice warbly. That seems just about right. Okay, I think that's enough. Now, how about the MC? I know many of you, or some of you, want me to make more videos of the MC controller. What I'd like to say is that the MC is not in very good condition. Sorry about that, folks. My camera ran out of battery, so I had to get a new battery. And we'll continue on with the MC now. Now, about the MC, as I was saying, this MC is unfortunately having some problems, but don't worry, it still runs. However, there's a bit of a problem. What's happening is these two terminals right here, I didn't bother with these two right here, but these two right here, they're destroying my amplifiers. I think there might be some corrosion or moisture in the terminal somewhere that I may have to clean out, or maybe there's bad wiring that need to be replaced that's causing overpower. That's kind of messing up these amplifiers right here, because I think all of these amps don't work anymore, sadly. I'm not sure about this one, but these two right here do still work. Ignore the one that says dead. That one's not actually dead. It's it was dead, but it's fine. But these two are the only ones that I believe still work. And these four terminals up on top, I believe, also still work. But these two on the bottom are destroying my amplifiers, and this MC controller is not in very good shape. So there's definitely some problems with this MC controller. It's like a hit or miss. Like sometimes it wants to work, sometimes it doesn't want to work. Now here's what happened. Get the sweat out of my face. Let's try to open this. It's going to be a pain in the butt. This thing's very fragile. There was unfortunately water in here. Now, when I got this MC controller back from Ben after we did the special secret plan announcement video, when I got this MC controller back and I opened this up after all this time since we last used it, there was water in here. Now, it appears that it didn't mess up any of the electronic components in here, because, like I said, the controller still functions, but it's got moisture damage. Now, here's the problem. The controller was shut the whole time, and it was covered with the tarp, but but water still somehow got inside. But it looks okay on the outside, but I'm not sure about the inside though. So I would have to the problem is that because I don't have any experience on electronics, I can't really do any diagnostic or repairs by myself, figuring out what the problem is. And my only hope is that I could have some fellow siren enthusiast friends of mine who I may have to actually invite over to see if maybe they can help me with this, because I can't, even if you guys were to give me suggestions, it's not going to work, because I have to actually like see how it's done, not be told how it's done. I'm one of those people that actually has to visually see how it's done, and, you know, like what to do and how to take things apart and such like that, because this looks very complicated, even though some of you may think it's really not. But for me it is, because I don't have, like I said, I don't have any experience in electronics. So I apologize, but yeah, I just want to let you know the MC controller, I know many of you want me to get more videos of the MC, and I do want to, but right now, and I'm going to take the assumption it's going to be a long time before I do, it's currently out of action. But like I said, the MC still runs, so it's not like it's completely dead, okay? It's not like it's dead as a doornail, okay? It still runs, but just not, it just runs kind of like weird. Like sometimes it wants to run, sometimes it doesn't. It depends on like the connections and such like that, but there's definitely something inside the boards that's causing it to be like fairly faulty and unreliable. Let's just put it that way. So this controller is like a hit or miss, but the last time I ran it, these two amplifiers were running just fine, but yeah, like when I plugged in amplifiers in one of these two terminals, it caused my amps to die. Not all the amps in here, but the ones that I plugged in here died. So there's definitely something inside these terminals that's causing my amps to either overload or just die. So I don't know what the problem is, so I have to find out why it's doing that, because I really want to get this MC back in shape or back in full condition, because I would like to eventually get more videos of this controller running when I still can, because I still find value in this controller, even though it's my least important controller, because my Cybertone and my Whelen are more important than the MC, but the MC I still find value because it's a rare controller. So, you know, I'll just have to find out, I'll just have to see what happens, but I'm hoping I can get some, hopefully I can get some help to find out what I could do to remove this, or find out why this MC is acting up to where it kills my amplifier. So, yeah, I'm going to have to I'm probably going to have to take a few amplifiers to some siren enthusiasts to see who knows how to repair these and see if they can fix them. But yeah, it's just yeah, this MC controller is just not being nice to my amps. So there's definitely something inside that's causing it problems. But until then, I'm just going to leave this aside. The good thing is, because we sold the pontoon boat finally, I got room in the garage, so the MC controller will stay inside the garage underneath the roof. So at least it'll be in good hands for the time being. So yeah, that's basically what I wanted to say. But aside from this long video, I'm sorry for, again, this video being so freaking long, but you know, how often do you get to see people actually do stuff like this? But yeah, anyways, that's about all I want to say for today. And catch you some other time.